What's up? I Left-Click Baddies here. So right now we're in Steam, the Steam homepage. Now let's leave the homepage and go to my library. Let's go into here, all games. So as you can see, most of the games I own are complete games. They were fully released. Most of them don't have many bugs. You can see all of them right here. They're all pretty good. Not all of them are great games. Now, what I recently did is today I purchased a game called 3089, Futuristic Action RPG. Now this is a game that I was inspired to buy because of the subheading, Futuristic Action RPG. Now my favorite game of all time is Deus Ex, and so this kind of seemed like from the trailer and from the description, a game that'll kind of play in that way that you can kind of choose the way you play and all kinds of stuff you can do, and it's really cool. So let's click the play button, shall we? So as you see, it now goes green. However, nothing's happening. So let's give it a few seconds. Let's give 3089 a second just to start up. And we'll see what happens when I go into the game. This is what I get. The Java jar file 3089.jar could not be launched. Now I'm playing on a computer that has a fully updated Java system. It's a computer that can run everything else in Java except for this. So this brings me to my topic of Steam Early Access. Let's go back to Steam, shall we? Alright, let's look at my game Daisy, or Days, depending on, I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced, but I'm pretty sure it's Daisy. So let's go into it, shall we? Pretty much, let's read the description. Daisy Early Access is your chance to experience Daisy as it evolves throughout its development process. Be aware that our early access offer is a representation of our core pillars and the framework we have created around them. It is a work in progress and therefore contains a variety of bugs. Now, what we can take from this is that it is not done. It says that, but also this description is honest, and I really, really like that. Let's go to another game, shall we? Let's go to 7 Days to Die. However, this game is charging you $30 for it. And the goal, it says in the description, is that, right here, warning, this game is early access alpha. Please do not purchase it unless you want to actively support development of the game and are prepared to handle with serious issues and possible interruptions of game functioning. So as you can see, the developers know this. Let's go to a game like 7 Days to Die, shall we? Now, a game like 7 Days to Die, it says, building on survivalist and horror themes, players in 7 Days to Die can scavenge the abandoned cities of the buildable and destructible voxel world for supplies, or explore the wilderness to gather raw materials to build their own tools, weapons, traps, fortifications, and shelters. Now, as you can see, it is an early access game. However, the description only praises the game, and they're charging you $25 for this game. Now, it's cheaper, but that's not okay. They can't simply just tell you it's such a good game, charge you $25 for it, expect you to buy it, and then be disappointed by the product. Another big example is, let's go to Goddess, okay? This is a game that's received immense amounts of hatred and negative acclaim. Goddess empowers you in the role of a god, allowing you to sculpt every inch of a beautiful world that you look down upon. Now you see, this description doesn't actually tell you the problems, it just tells you the positives, or what's not even in the game yet. Let's go to the reviews. Negative. 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 All these negatives. And they have the audacity to charge you $20 for an incomplete product, and they are pretty much lying, telling you it is a great game. Or if you go online and watch gameplay footage, all it is dragging things around, clicking on certain bubbles, and they actually expect you to pay $20 for this. So 3089. Let's go. This is one I bring up in particular because it's kind of a special one. Now, it's $10. It's no longer early access. It was when I purchased it. I guess it's not there anymore, which is odd. Now that doesn't work for me. But let's go in down below. Positives. So apparently this is a game that works on most computers. However, I feel as if it would be right for them to at least kind of say, oh yeah, it's not fully complete yet, and that certain computers like Macs or certain system specs can't really run it. So let's go back to my library. So 3089 will not launch. Another early access game, though, like Paranautical Activity, let's go into this game. As you can see, it's popping up and down. It's all good. It's all good. So, let's see. This game is working. So, I don't mean in this video to hate the early access system, because in fact, I think it's a good system. I think certain ones that I have installed and played are actually really good games. Paranormal Activity is a really good game. Starbound, it might not be the most polished game yet, but I can see it becoming a really good game. Verdun is already a really good game. Now, this is just what bothers me, though, how companies release incomplete games full of bugs and expect you to pay for them. This is what's bothering me. Now, so let's go back to 7 Days to Die. So this has been a big one. So if we go into the tags, early access, it doesn't tell you much. And I do like this tag system though. It's been helping me actually a lot with my purchases recently. But if you go back down to reviews, not recommended, recommended, not recommended, it's really, really mixed. And the fact they're charging you $25 for it and not telling you what the bugs are in the descriptions, in the reviews, it just kind of bothers me that they're just trying to market incomplete games to what seems like they're just trying to make cash. And just try and cash in on people who aren't really willing to read reviews, who aren't going to go in depth. Now, it does say currently in alpha stage development, but it doesn't say anything beyond that. So it doesn't tell you don't buy if you don't want to go through bugs. So I think DayZ is currently the game, in its current state, is doing this the best way. It's telling you it's a work in progress. Do not buy it unless you want to help the development of the game. Now, I do think charging $30 for it is also not okay, being that on Steam, most games, the majority of games don't go past $30, except for, like, AAA games. But people don't really use Steam as much for AAA games, where they use it more for games you can't really find on Xbox or PlayStation. And I think $30 is kind of a steep track for an early access game. But I do like that they are, in fact, telling you, yes, this game is not done. Don't buy it unless you want to help. Here's another good example. Overgrowth. This is a game, it's a sequel to an older game called Lugaru, which is kind of like, take Mortal Kombat or some fighting game like it, put it in a third-person world where it's open exploration, and put buddies and wolves in it fighting against each other, and you got Lugaru. It's an old game, it's pretty good. It's not very long, and this is the big sequel. So, I like this, however. This is good. So it says, thank you for checking out our early access page. If you support us now, you'll be able to try out the combat mechanics in the arena prototype. That's a good word to use. It clearly says, this game is not done yet. And now, however, the game is still undergoing very active development. I like this. This is something that I do appreciate when developers do this. I also think that this right here is a good system. So they're charging you $30 for it, but they are giving you a complete game called Receiver that I happen to own, and I would actually recommend to people who just want a quick and cheap game to play. So this is just what's bothering me. Early access, I think, is a great way for companies to kickstart their projects. I think that a lot of the best-looking games right now are doing similar things. Star Citizen, look at that. That game looks incredible. And they're doing kind of a similar system where they are pretty much, if you pre-order it or buy it early, you get access to certain things. And the whole point of it is that people who buy it early, it'll help influence the game later on. But they clearly show that. They also say this is a big game. We're not done with it yet. But they also show you a lot. Whereas a game like 7 Days to Die says, look at our game, it's super great. Now if you go online and watch a video of 7 Days to Die, it's really just another survival game. Pretty poor graphics, pretty poor gameplay, from what I've seen. I haven't actually played it, but from what it looks like, it just does not look like it's smooth at all. So this is just what I want to talk about today. I think that the early access system could use some improvement. I think that they could add a whole new section that'll have a roadmap. Like, let's take. I've never heard of this game. Let's just take a look at it. So it just kind of gives you, the description. You can already be aware of everything you need to know, and your opinion always counts. That means if you express your view on the forum, we will instantly react to it. So I think that, I'm just using this as a random example, if like right down here, or right around here, below, above or below about the game, they had pretty much a roadmap that would sort of show, okay, so in a month we're going to try and release this, and then in 2 weeks we'll have this update released. And I think also they should have a list of the known bugs, so people know that that people could buy it and just know what they're getting into. Because some bugs might not do much, but some might break an entire game, and it's the right of the consumer to know this. So that's my video for today, guys. I will talk to you guys later. And if you have any differing opinions or similar opinions, feel free to comment. I'll try and respond to some of them. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Alright, see you guys.